Chapter 1, Ethics and Human Interface. So ethics की definition क्या बोलती है? Ethics, it is a reflective study of human conduct in a societal framework which helps to guide the behavior, choices and actions of the society. ये core है ethics के definition का. Plus, it helps to act responsibly with respect to certain set of standards of morals and values, which is all in the light of basic universal principles. So if we talk about ethics and its basic definition, it is basically a reflective study of human conduct in the societal framework which helps to guide the behavior, choices and actions. Okay. Next है social political evolution of ethics. Okay. So देखो basic चीज़ ये है कि ethics is as old as humanity is. So socio-political evolution कैसे हुआ? So let's start with the Western philosophy, which started around 4 to 5 century BC. Western मतलब ग्रीको-रोमन philosophy. So उसमें कौन कौन आता है? पहला नाम आता है Socrates का. Socrates gave the concept of rational criticism. फिर आता है प्लेटो. प्लेटो ने दी थी थियरी ऑफ फॉर्म्स विच इज़ अबाउट मॉरल रियलिज्म. मतलब क्या? इट टॉक्स अबाउट द ऑब्जेक्टिव ग्राउंड्स फॉर मॉरल्स. ये प्लेटो की थियरी अबाउट मॉरल रियलिज्म वाज वेरी आइडियलिस्टिक. फिर लेट्स टॉक अबाउट एरिस्टोटल. सो एरिस्टोटल गेव द concept of naturalistic ethical side. So he gave the concept for investigation in the foundation of ethics, which included virtues, which also included normative ethics. Then let's move to medieval period. So the medieval period, Christianity dominated. So what happened was it made philosophy and religion very indistinguishable. So for example, Saint Augustine, he talked about eternal salvation. फिर Saint Thomas Aquinas, he talked about unified view. Unified view मतलब a unified view of nature, human and God. फिर let's move to modern age. So in modern age, there was rise of new religions. There was rise of new revolutions in science and also social revolutions. There was industrial development and there was discovery of new regions, example USA. So because of all of this, secularism was on a rise. So ethics में there is a basic question कि is morality made for man or is man made for morality? You should always think about it when you are doing the study of ethics. Next है, let's compare other sciences with ethics. So let's take a subject and we'll compare it with ethics. So first is psychology and ethics. So psychology is descriptive and ethics is normative. Let's take next subject, anthropology. So anthropology is how man is and ethics is how man is ought to be. Next subject is political science. So political science is about social and political organization of life of man. And ethics is about moral and values to be followed in the social and political life of man. Next subject is economics. Economics talks about means of satisfying human daily needs. And ethics, it talks about end goal of attainment of highest form of life. So this was comparison between various subjects and ethics. Next, ethics is also an empirical investigation of general pattern of life of humans. So basically हम लोग सब लोग ethics की study को बढ़ा रहे हैं, as ethics is also an empirical investigation of general pattern of the life of humans, which we are studying and which we are also a part of. Now next subtopic is branches of ethics. अभी इसमें basic दो है, descriptive and normative. So let's talk about that. Descriptive ethics, it is a value free approach. A value free approach means it is unbiased of author के values. मतलब जिन्होंने भी लिखा है उन्होंने अपने खुद के values को साइड पे रखकर they have given this descriptive study. So descriptive ethics is value free approach which seeks explanation of actual choices made by moral agents in the practice. Moral agents मतलब कौन? Moral agent is a person who is taking any decision. Okay, so descriptive ethics क्या करते हैं? It seeks the explanation of the choices made by the moral agent. So it is basically an investigation of people's moral beliefs and actions. Next है normative ethics. So normative ethics involves arriving at moral standards which regulate right and wrong conduct in the society. So it is basically a litmus test of human moral standards. Normative ethics are also called as prescriptive ethics, which means it gives the theory about how people ought to act. It also suggests punishments when a person deviates from the ideal standard of morals, and also gives justification for it, for the punishments. So इसमें एग्जाम्पल क्या है? एरिस्टोटल्स वर्चू एथिक्स. एरिस्टोटल ने दिए थे वर्चू एथिक्स इज अ, ये सब नॉर्मेटिव एथिक्स के एग्जाम्पल है, और एरिस्टोटल के वर्चू एथिक्स. फिर कांट के डियोंटोलॉजिकल एथिक्स, फिर मिल्स के कॉन्सिक्वेंशलिज्म, फिर भगवद गीता का कॉन्सेप्ट जो है निष्काम कर्म का. इट इज़ ऑल्सो अ कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ नॉर्मेटिव एथिक्स. सो इट गिव्स द मॉरल स्टैंडर्ड्स. इट ऑल्सो गिव्स द prescriptive ethics of how humans should live in their life. ये सब हम लोग ने भगवद गीता से सीखा है, and its basic concept it gives of निष्काम कर्मा. So it is normative ethics. So what is golden rule of normative ethics? It is we should do to others what we want. सॉरी, गोल्डन रूल क्या है नॉर्मेटिव एथिक्स का? वी शुड डू टू अदर्स व्हाट वी वांट अदर्स टू डू टू अस. समझा? ये बेसिक गोल्डन रूल है नॉर्मेटिव एथिक्स का. इस पर पूरा नॉर्मेटिव एथिक्स का स्टडी बेस्ड है. नेक्स्ट है मेटा एथिक्स. इट इज स्टडी ऑफ ओरिजिन ऑफ एथिकल कॉन्सेप्ट्स एंड प्रॉपर्टीज. It includes metaphysical issues, whether morality exists independently of humans, etc., and psychological issues like mental bias or mental basis for moral judgments and conduct. So basically metaphysical issues which come under meta ethics is actually a study of ethics subject itself. नेक्स्ट है अप्लाइड एथिक्स इट इज़ एनालिसिस ऑफ स्पेसिफिक controversial and moral dilemmas which have moral dilemmas to it, therefore they become controversial. Example: abortion, euthanasia, etc. इसमें एग्जाम्पल है बायोएथिक्स which can be further divided into beginning of life issues जहाँ पे abortion का issue आता है and end of life issues जिसमें euthanasia का issue आता है. It also includes ethical concerns of medical research and applications. अभी एक एग्जाम्पल लेते हैं अबॉर्शन का. सो अबॉर्शन इज़ द प्रोसेस ऑफ विलफुली रिमूविंग द fetus from the womb of mother by one or other method. India has legalized abortion particularly in the first trimester, and as per data abortion in Asian countries is more than in Western countries. Abortion is a controversial issue in the West. देखो, लाइफ ऑफ मदर एज वेल एज लाइफ ऑफ चाइल्ड इज इम्पॉर्टेंट एज पर UN Declaration of Right of Children. It also in this UN declaration में it has said that a child till a certain age of maturity requires protection before as well as after birth. तो इसमें इशू क्या है? Conservatives believe that human life starts even before fertilization as a divine concept, and therefore they oppose abortion. Let's take another example: stem cell research. It is important because it provides avenues for development of organs and replacement of tissues also, which help in certain medical conditions. There are various routes by which stem cell can be procured, and this is where the things get controversial. If they start to procure stem cells through illegal means. Let's take another example: human cloning and designer babies. This is artificial genetic engineering issue. मतलब till what limit will you go, and what will be its effect on the society? That should also be analyzed, otherwise it will become very controversial. अभी euthanasia का debate क्या बोलता है? What is basically euthanasia? It is a practice to intentionally end life to relieve the pain and suffering. अभी इसमें कुछ लोग डिबेट है, तो इसमें कुछ लोग फॉर है एंड कुछ लोग अगेंस्ट है. सो जो फॉर यूथेनेसिया है, दे से दैट पीपल हैव राइट टू सेल्फ डिटर्मिनेशन. जो अगेंस्ट है, दे से दैट दिस कैन पुट द सोसाइटी ऑन अ स्लिपरी स्लोप ऑफ इजीली गिविंग अप ऑन लाइफ. सो जो फॉर है, दे से दैट असिस्टेड डेथ is better than continued suffering in pain. And they also say that it is important to distinguish between passive and active euthanasia and allow the passive euthanasia. और जो against है, they say that the physical pain is not always the cause of feeling to die. There can be many other causes, example loss of dignity, fear of being burden on others. So they need to be addressed. These issues need to be addressed rather than just paving the way to give up life. So passive euthanasia is become legal in India after 2011, where Supreme Court legalized the passive euthanasia by means of withdrawal of life support to the patient in permanent vegetative state. This is the condition required for it. After this judgment came after the case of Aruna Shanbag, a nurse from Mumbai, which had raised the concept of euthanasia. This case was very important related to this topic. Let's take another example of suicide. So suicide क्या होता है? It is act of intentionally causing one's own death. Well, the cause of suicide is frequently attributed to mental disorders or issues. Example: a bipolar disorder, depression, schizophrenia, uh, which is induced because of emotional or financial shock, or drug abuse or alcohol abuse or relationship problems, etc. So arguments related to suicide range from some people say it is inherently immoral to do it and it is unacceptable, and some say it is a legitimate matter of personal choice. So the supporters believe that no one shall be forced to suffer against own will from conditions such as mental illness or incurable disease or old age when there is no possibility of improvement. In India, suicide was illegal and the survivor would face jail up to 1 year and also fine under section 309 of IPC. But this was repealed in 2014. Another example, a very small example, is randomized controlled trials RTC. Here, the participants of such studies do not know if they are obtaining a promising but not yet certified drug or treatment. So यहाँ पे इशू क्या होता है? There is issue of informed consent. Another very important example is military ethics. Military ethics में क्या क्या issues होते हैं? The laws of war, the justification of war, the decision of who and what to target in the war, the choice of weapons like nuclear or non-nuclear weapons to use in the war, the standards of handling the prisoner of war, the refugee crisis. ये सब issues are there in the military ethics. Next subtopic is sources of ethical standards. क्या क्या होते हैं? From where do we get it? What are the approaches? So let's start. पहला है utilitarian approach. What it says is most ethical action is which produces the maximum good and does the least harm. So वो एक most ethical action उसी को कहा जाएगा which produces maximum good and does least harm. Next है rights approach. So इसमें क्या है? The ethical action is the one that best protects and respects the moral right of those affected, so they get proper rights. This is rights approach. Next है fairness और justice approach. इसमें क्या है? The equals to be treated equally or proportionally. Next है common good approach. इसमें क्या है? Welfare of everyone, not just a few. Next है virtue approach. इसमें है certain standard ideal virtues are included that provide full development of humanity. Example: integrity, courage, fairness, etc. etc. जो अच्छे virtues है वो. अभी next सब topic है decision making. Now what are the factors included in making decisions? So basically it requires trained sensitivity by weighing various factors and consideration. So more novel and complicated ethical choices we face, we need to rely more on discussions and dialogue to solve it. अभी important considerations क्या है in decision making? what are the relevant facts of the case? Are there enough facts, or do we need to find more facts? Who are the important stakeholders? What are the creative alternatives? What is the most efficient option in the legal framework? What is the care to be taken while implementing the decision? So ये सब factors are to be considered while making decision. Next concept is moral luck. मॉरल लक क्या बोलता है? इट इज़ अ सिचुएशन इन विच मॉरल एजेंट्स, मतलब जिन्होंने डिसीजन लिया है, इज असाइंड द मॉरल ब्लेम और प्रेज फॉर एन एक्शन और इट्स कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस, even if it is clear that the said moral agent did not have full control over either his actions or the consequences. This moral luck concept was introduced by Bernard Williams. Next concept is moral authority. So there are fundamental assumptions that guide the perceptions of our world that are based on certain principles or truths independent of written law. This gives the moral authority. Next concept is moral responsibility. It is derived praise or blame with respect to one's moral obligation to take the action or after the action is taken. So it is not the same as legal responsibility, but the two may coincide sometimes. So as it is a derived praise or blame with respect to one's moral action, जो इंसान एक एक्शन लेता है थ्रू हिज मॉरल ऑब्लिगेशन, नॉट हिज लीगल ऑब्लिगेशन. नेक्स्ट सब टॉपिक इज अबाउट एनवायरमेंटल एथिक्स. सो इसमें बहुत सारे टर्म्स हैं. एनवायरमेंट मतलब इट इंक्लूड्स द नॉन ह्यूमन वर्ल्ड. सो व्हाट आर द इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस in this ethical study of environment? Questions about future generation, extinction of species, climate change, etc. So there are various terms like ecocentrism, मतलब being nature centered, biocentrism मतलब how earth works उसका study, left biocentrism मतलब anti industrialist study. नेक्स्ट है एंथ्रोपोसेंट्रिज्म मतलब ह्यूमन बींग्स आर द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट स्पीसीज. नेक्स्ट है एनिमल एथिक्स मतलब राइट्स ऑफ एनिमल्स. नेक्स्ट है कॉन्जर्वेशन एथिक्स मतलब मेंटेन अ हेल्दी बैलेंस ऑफ नेचुरल वर्ल्ड बाय मेंटेनिंग बायोडाइवर्सिटी एंड हैबिटेट्स. नेक्स्ट है देयर इज ऑल्सो सेकेंडरी फोकस ऑन conservation of non-renewables. नेक्स्ट इज़ क्लाइमेट एथिक्स. क्लाइमेट एथिक्स में क्लाइमेट चेंज एंड ग्लोबल वार्मिंग आता है, एंड ऑल्सो द सब टॉपिक ऑफ क्लाइमेट जस्टिस इज देयर. इट इज़ मेजरली पॉलिसी रिलेटेड. नेक्स्ट है एनवायरमेंटल जस्टिस. इट इज़ अ फेयर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ एनवायरमेंटल बेनिफिट्स एंड बर्डन्स ऑन ऑल द पीपल. नेक्स्ट है एनवायरमेंटल रेसिज्म. एग्जाम्पल क्या आता है इसका? लोकेशन ऑफ टॉक्सिक इंडस्ट्रीज आर प्लेस्ड नियर पर्टिकुलर लोकेलिटीज ऑफ पीपल ऑफ कलर और एनी पर्टिकुलर कम्युनिटी. नेक्स्ट इज इको जस्टिस. मतलब क्या? कमिटमेंट्स फॉर इकोलॉजिकल सस्टेनेबिलिटी, केयर फॉर अर्थ एंड ह्यूमैनिटी बोथ. फिर है स्टीवर्डशिप कॉन्सेप्ट मतलब ह्यूमंस हैव ऑब्लिगेशन टू केयर फॉर गॉड्स क्रिएशन. वी आर द स्टीवर्ड्स. So next is what are the determinants of ethical behavior? So what are the determinants? इसमें आता है रोल मॉडल्स जो है आपके, देन पीयर इन्फ्लुएंस जिसको पीयर प्रेशर भी बोलते हैं, इंडिविजुअल पर्सनालिटी ट्राइट्स, देन वैल्यू सिस्टम, देन अपब्रिंगिंग, देन रिलीजियस बिलीव्स, देन experiences, then education, then culture, then country, then organization or industry, media, and the prevailing ethics in and around, जिसको लॉ ऑफ लैंड भी बोलते हैं. So these are many determinants which determine the ethical behavior of a person. Next is there is a distinction between a respectful mind and an ethical mind. An ethical mind is a more rational mind. एग्जाम्पल, एक विसल ब्लोअर जो होता है, ही हैज हिज एलिजेंस टू द वर्क प्लेस मोर देन द बॉस. मोर देन टू द बॉस मतलब टू द बॉस रिस्पेक्टफुल होना एंड टू द वर्क प्लेस रिस्पेक्टफुल होना दोनों अलग चीज़ है. एंड एज ही इज गिविंग इज मोर एलिजेंस टू द वर्क प्लेस, ही इज मोर एथिकल rather than just giving respect to the boss. Next is situational ethics. So each situation is different, therefore each case is unique and it requires a unique solutions. Situational ethics rejects prefabricated decision making and rigid prescriptive rules regarding decision making. The basic should be there should always be the decision which chooses greater good of the people in situational ethics. Next is social ethics. It is a code of conduct based on collective experience of members of a community that governs what is acceptable and what is not acceptable in the community or society. Many cultures may have widely opposing beliefs as people perceive things differently at different places. It is a relative concept, therefore, मतलब social ethics is a relative concept. In a spatio-temporal milieu, spatio और temporal दोनों अलग अलग चीज़ें हैं. So example के साथ when we talk, then we have an example like what was ethical yesterday may not be ethical today. मतलब टाइम का डिफरेंस है. दिस इज टेम्पोरल. एग्जाम्पल सती जो बहुत 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 सालों पहले एथिकल था, टुडे इट इज़ नॉट एट ऑल एथिकल, इट इज़ कम्प्लीटली रॉन्ग. एथिकल माना जाता था बहुत पहले, बहुत सालों पहले, बट टुडे देयर इज़ नो चांस ऑफ टू कंसिडर इट एथिकल. Then next example is what is appreciated in one part of the world may not be appreciated in other part of the world. मतलब ये place to place है, मतलब spatial difference है. मतलब gay rights अभी कुछ countries में allowed, they are appreciating, but in some countries there is big no for gay rights even today. So ये spatial difference है. So this together constitutes for spatio-temporal differences. Next is what are the different types of actions, okay, of a person. So there are non-moral actions. Non-moral actions किसको बोलते हैं? which are not important, like what fruit to eat or what fruit to not eat, which has no moral implication, therefore they are not moral, non-moral actions. लाइक एग्जाम्पल फैक्चुअल स्टेटमेंट्स जो भी होते हैं उनमें मॉरलिटी या मॉरलिटी का कुछ संबंध नहीं आता, जो फैक्ट है फैक्ट है. नेक्स्ट इज इमोरल एक्शंस. सो एक्शंस विच आर सिंफुल और रॉन्ग अकॉर्डिंग टू द कोड ऑफ एथिक्स, दे आर कॉल्ड इमोरल एक्शंस. नेक्स्ट इज एमोरल एक्शंस. मतलब एमोरल में देयर इज इनडिफरेंस टू अबाइडिंग और नॉन अबाइडिंग बाय द मॉरल रिक्वायरमेंट्स. मतलब इसमें क्या क्या एग्जांपल होते हैं? जो सोशियोपैथ होता है और अ वेरी 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 स्मॉल चाइल्ड, जस्ट बॉर्न चाइल्ड, हु हैज़ नो अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ व्हाट इज़ रॉन्ग एंड व्हाट इज़ राइट. सो दिस इज देयर एक्शंस आर एमोरल एक्शंस. नेक्स्ट इज एक्ट्स ऑफ ह्यूमन, एक्ट्स ऑफ ह्यूमन क्या क्या है? ब्लड सर्कुलेशन है, हार्ट बीट है, विच वी हैव नो कॉन्शियस कंट्रोल ऑन. बट ह्यूमन एक्ट्स क्या होते हैं? ह्यूमन एक्ट्स आर एक्ट्स डन बाय कंसेंट एंड विल, having knowledge of end goal of act. Next is elements to undertake a certain act. दो एलिमेंट्स होते हैं, एक तो इंटेलेक्चुअल एलिमेंट होता है और एक वोलाटाइल एलिमेंट होता है. इंटेलेक्चुअल एलिमेंट इज नॉलेज एंड वोलाटाइल एलिमेंट इज फ्री विल. बट इसमें कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स होते हैं विच आर कॉल्ड एज इम्पेडिमेंट्स. सो इम्पेडिमेंट्स विच मे अफेक्ट either intellectual or volatile element or both the elements are ignorance, ego, anger, passion, fear, etc. Most moralists agree that goodness or badness of a human act is weighed on three basic things: object of the act, circumstances of the situation, and intention of the person. Next is determinism. It is a theory which explains that all human actions are conditioned entirely by preceding events and not by the faculty of will of the person. मतलब सब कुछ प्री डिटरमाइंड है डिटर्मिनिज्म में. और दूसरा अनदर पार्ट टू इट इज इनडिटर्मिनिज्म. इनडिटर्मिनिज्म मतलब ये ऑपोजिट है उसका. इट इज़ बेस्ड ऑन फ्री विल एंड फ्री चॉइस ऑफ द पर्सन. सो नेक्स्ट इज एथिक्स इज इंटेग्रल टू पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन. अभी पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में द डिसीजन मेकिंग इन द गवर्नेंस इज डिपेंडेंट अपॉन वेरियस फैक्टर्स लाइक सोशियो इकोनॉमिक, पॉलिटिकल, कल्चरल फैक्टर्स, लीगल, जुडिशियल फैक्टर्स and historical factors, etc. So all these factors are considered while making a decision in public administration or governance. Next is values. Values का definition is values are individual characteristics or principles that guides the judgment of a person. Okay, so basically values of an individual are the characteristics or principles that guides the judgment of a person. It may also apply to a group or an organization. मतलब group और organizational values. Values are the characteristics which are followed even when no one is watching. So अभी देखो, इन सोशल सेटिंग्स नो इंडिविजुअल बिहेवियर इज़ विदाउट सोशल इम्प्लीकेशन एंड नो सोशल सिचुएशन और प्रॉब्लम इज़ विदाउट इंडिविजुअल रिपरकशंस. मतलब सोसाइटी और इंडिविजुअल दोनों पे कॉज एंड इफेक्ट होता रहता है. पब्लिक पॉलिसी एंड सोशल एथिक्स आर इंटरट्वाइंड इन वाइल मेकिंग पॉलिसी. सोशल एथिक्स, पब्लिक पॉलिसी, ये दोनों इंटरट्वाइंड होता है, उसके हिसाब से यू हैव टू मेक द पॉलिसी. सो नेक्स्ट इज वैल्यूज़ आर बेस्ड ऑन डिफरेंट डिग्रीज ऑफ इम्पोर्टेंस इन डेवलपमेंट ऑफ एन इंडिविजुअल. अभी अलग अलग टाइप के वैल्यूज़ होते हैं. एग्जाम्पल, एन इंट्रिंसिक वैल्यू इज एन एंड इन इटसेल्फ. एग्जाम्पल, ट्रुथ, करेज, गुडनेस, एक्सेट्रा. Intrinsic मतलब they are not good because of consequences of anything, but they are good in themselves only. So that's why they are intrinsic. Intrinsic values are absolute. Next is extrinsic. So extrinsic value में क्या है? It is a means to some other value, like an instrument to some value. Therefore extrinsic values are also called as instrumental values. They are means to an end. मतलब example क्या है? wealth, fame, physical fitness. Borrow their worth from something to give something. ये basically secondary है. So extrinsic and intrinsic values are relative to people's own perspective. किसी के लिए wealth important है, किसी के लिए courage और truth important है, honesty important है. So they are relative on people's perspective. Values can be graded as positive and negative, productive and unproductive, permanent and transient. The locus of values in human mind is determined by three functions. So what are the three functions? Thinking, feeling and willing. Abhi what are the corresponding values to these three functions? अभी थिंकिंग को क्या करस्पॉन्डिंग है? इंटेलेक्चुअल वैल्यूज़ लाइक ट्रुथ. फीलिंग को क्या करस्पॉन्डिंग है? एस्थेटिक वैल्यूज़ लाइक ब्यूटी. और विल मतलब विलिंग को क्या करस्पॉन्डिंग है? मॉरल वैल्यूज़ लाइक गुडनेस. नेक्स्ट है व्हाट इज़ अ मॉरल कैरेक्टर? इट इज़ अ एबिलिटी और disposition to express a behavior in a consistent pattern across range of situations. This is called a moral character. So ethics define the code or standards for a society, whereas morals they delve into the right and wrong. Therefore, morals define personal character while ethics stress on social system in which these morals are applied. Ethics can be used by a group to determine what the right course of action shall be by using rational and logical criteria. Therefore, ethics is a cognitive process, whereas values describe ideals which we value and have a worth, and they have a worth for us which we aspire to achieve. Therefore values are broader in sense, example equality, social justice, etc. अभी value system क्या है? Value system constitutes an important aspect of self. It forms a framework of individual guiding principles. Example, one may value honesty over success, etc. It is an important concept of self. Next is ethics in public administration. अभी बहुत सारे maxims है, मतलब standards how should public administrator be. So let's start with it. First is maxim of legality and rationality. इसमें क्या है? Administrator has to follow the rules and laws framed to govern and guide the various policies and execute his decisions accordingly, according to the legality and rationality. Next is maxim of responsibility and accountability. इसमें क्या है? The administrator has to be responsible for his decision and actions, legal as well as moral responsibility दोनों के लिए. He is accountable to his higher authorities as well as the people who are ultimate beneficiaries of his actions and decisions. Next is maxim of work commitment. अभी एक एग्जाम्पल है कि स्वामी विवेकानंद said duty is the highest form of worship. Therefore there should be very high commitment towards work for a public administrator. Next is maxim of excellence. The administrator must ensure highest standard of quality in his work. Next is maxim of fusion. The fusion में क्या है? The fusion of individual, organization and societal goals. Individual, organizational and societal goals का fusion there should be there. Next is maxim of responsiveness and resilience. इसमें क्या है? The administrator should adapt to the internal and external environmental changes and respond effectively and efficiently. Next is maxim of utilitarianism. इसमें क्या है? While making and implementing a policy decision, administrator should ensure that maximum good for maximum people is achieved and there is least harm to maximum people. Next is maximum of compassion. इसमें क्या है, the administrator without violating the laws and the rules shall demonstrate compassion for poor, weak and disabled while using discretion in his own discretion in making the decision. Next is maximum of national interest. The administrator should keep in view his actions have an impact on national strength and prestige. Next is maximum of justice. While formation and execution of policies, the principles of equality and equity and fairness and impartiality should be maintained to achieve justice. Next is maximum of transparency. An administrator shall implement his decisions in such a way that there is transparency for those who are subject to it can therefore those who are subject to it can evaluate the rationale behind the decision of the administrator. Next is maximum of integrity. An administrator would undertake an administrative action on basis of honesty and not serve his personal interest. ये हो गए all the standard maxims or standard ways in which the public administrator shall do his work. Next is violence. Violence has the root in the word viz, मतलब force. So doing by force means violence. Example, terrorism is a use of violent action in order to achieve political aims or force the government to act in a certain way. इसमें what they can do is take hostage taking, hijacking, political assassination, bombing, etc. Next is Gandhian pacifism. It is to cut out violence. Gandhi was amongst the most important pacifists of 20th century. He gave the doctrine of non-violence and truth. It was very effective in the Indian freedom struggle. He also gave the concept of Sarvodaya, welfare for all. Next is the concept of public relations. The public relations have now become very vital function affecting management decision and influencing the public opinion. In both public and private organization, public relations are very important. So Abraham Lincoln once said that you can fool some people all the time and all the people sometimes, but you cannot fool all the people all the time. So what are the issues? Unethical acts in public relations may be misinterpreting facts, promising unachievable targets, suppressing unfavorable news, undesirable methods of publicity, pursuing hidden interests, etc. Next is let's talk about 7 principles of public life for public officials by Nolan Committee of UK. So इसमें क्या क्या आता है? सेल्फलेसनेस फर्स्ट, मतलब होल्डर्स ऑफ पब्लिक ऑफिस मस्ट टेक डिसीजंस सोली इन टर्म्स ऑफ पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट. नेक्स्ट इज इंटेग्रिटी ऑन ऑफिशियल ड्यूटीज एंड अदरवाइज ऑल्सो. देन ऑब्जेक्टिविटी, मतलब कैरिंग आउट द प्रोसेस ऑफ वर्क सोली बेस्ड ऑन इट्स मेरिट. एग्जाम्पल, अपॉइंटमेंट्स जो किए जाने हैं या फिर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स जो देने जाने हैं, दे शुड बी डन ऑन ओनली ऑन बेसिस ऑफ मेरिट. नेक्स्ट इज अकाउंटेबिलिटी. नेक्स्ट इज ट्रांसपेरेंसी ऑफ डिसीजंस, ऑनेस्टी एंड लीडरशिप. तो 7 प्रिंसिपल्स क्या कहते हैं? सेल्फलेसनेस, इंटेग्रिटी, ऑब्जेक्टिविटी, अकाउंटेबिलिटी, ट्रांसपेरेंसी, ऑनेस्टी एंड लीडरशिप. अभी वैल्यूज़ जो होते हैं ना, वैल्यूज़ दे लिंक 3 कॉन्सेप्ट्स: personal judgment, motives and the actions of a person. अभी बेसिक ह्यूमन वैल्यूज़ क्या है? बेसिक ह्यूमन वैल्यूज़ आर ट्रुथ, लव, पीस, जस्टिस एक्सेट्रा, बहुत बेसिक. और ये ह्यूमन राइट्स का वैल्यूज़ दे आर very well defined in the Geneva Convention of 1949. It aims to achieve an egalitarian society. Egalitarian मतलब equal right to everybody. Next is, let's talk about leader, administrator and reformer. ये तीन personalities. So what is administration? Administration is a process of working with and through others to achieve the agreed goals efficiently. So administration is a process. Then what is management? Management is concerned with specific tasks. Then what is leadership? Leadership deals with high level of decisiveness, vision, inspiration and changing culture and innovation. Abhi administrators are appointed, therefore their ability to influence is based on their formal authority only, inherent in their position of authority. But leaders can be appointed or can emerge also, and they can influence beyond their formal authority too. Leaders create new structures, procedures, etc. Administrators utilize the existing ones only. Abhi leader formulates the policies and administrator executes them. मतलब leader does the right things and the administrator does the things right. Then what is a reformer? Reformer is a person who wants to change the prevailing conditions in the society. It can be in any area of humanity, example politics, social, religious. अभी politics में कैसे change लाएंगे? By promising the voter for a better government, therefore to reduce corruption and increase accountability and transparency. फिर social area में to cut out social evils. Then in religious areas where who feels religion has overstepped or lost its original message, then somebody comes and reforms the religion. Abhi all three, leader, reformer, administrator, share common values like integrity, compassion, benevolence, etc. Abhi world has got great leaders, and what are their qualities? Like, what are the great leaders? Like example, Mahatma Gandhi, Abraham Lincoln, Martin Luther King Jr., Nelson Mandela, Mother Teresa. इनकी क्वालिटीज़ क्या है? सेल्फलेसनेस, रिस्पेक्ट फॉर ह्यूमैनिटी, डिग्निटी फॉर ऑल, पीस, नॉन वायलेंस एंड जस्टिस, करेज. अभी ग्रेट एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर्स क्या होते हैं? एग्जाम्पल एम स्वामीनाथन, IG पटेल, CD देशमुख एक्सेट्रा. दे हैव वेरी प्रोफेशनल क्वालिटीज़, प्रोफेशनल एंड ह्यूमन वैल्यूज़ लाइक इंटीग्रिटी, डिसिप्लिन, नॉन डिस्क्रिमिनेशन, लॉफुलनेस. ये उनके वैल्यूज़ है फॉर ग्रेट एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर. Then what is great reformer? Reformers, example Kabir, Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Swami Vivekananda, etc., who have challenged the prevailing social evils and removed them. They put humanity first. They go for inquiry, for seeking the truth. They try to achieve social equality. Abhi next is, what is family? Family is the first and major agency of socialization, therefore inculcating values and setting the pattern of child's attitude towards people and society, and also setting the aspiration and values of the child. Abhi Mr. Feiner said, ethics of a profession will be found not much higher or lower than the general decency of the nation as whole, basic concept. Therefore the success, abhi next day, the success of any government depends on the effective collaboration of its citizens. Citizens matlab they give civic consciousness for the progress of a country, and it is extremely important. People's character is the ultimate source which can supply the kinetic energy for modernization and development of a country. Developing countries has its own set of problems and priorities as compared to developed nations. So basically, while shaping ethical behavior, countries must and companies also must be guided by respect for and care for human values, respect for local traditions, etc. That is how ethics would grow. And on other side, if we keep eye for an eye, we all know an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. So these were all this concept related to ethics, basics, and how it grows, what are its branches. So this was all related to basic of ethics and human interface. Next topic is attitude.